Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As always, thank you so much for stopping in, for coming on by, taking a stroll through the channel. I appreciate you being here, whether it's your first time here or whether you've been here for a number of time, a span of time. I appreciate you being here nonetheless as we dive into a little Goldfrapp. It's going to be kind of their debut on the channel. We're going to be checking out the album, well, not the whole album, but we're going to be checking this track off of the album Seventh Tree, released in 2008, their fourth studio album. And that track is going to be A&E. A&E, isn't that a channel or something? Anyways, we're listening to this as it was suggested and sponsored by Michael. Michael, thank you so much for the recommendation. I appreciate it. What do you say we dive on in? And what I mean with kind of their debut is we listened to them a remix of Depeche Mode that they had been involved in. But otherwise, this will be our first pure listening to them here on the channel. And I myself have heard parts of Felt Mountain a long time ago. But otherwise, that'd be it. What do you say we dive in? Talk about it after? Here we go.
It's a blue, bright blue Saturday, and the pain has started to slip away. I'm in a backless dress on a pastel ward that's shining. Think I want you still, but it may be bills at work. Do you really wanna know how I was dancing on the floor? I was trying to phone you when I'm crawling out the door. I'm amazed at you, the things you say that you don't do. Why don't you ring? I was feeling lonely, feeling bored, feeling like I needed you, and I'm woken up surrounded by me.
I like those little electronic elements underneath the folk acoustic guitar.
It's a blue, bright blue Saturday,
Definitely moving to that folktronica kind of sound.
and the pain has started to slip away. I'm in a backless dress on a
Oh, yeah.
pastel ward that's shining. Think I want you still, but it may be bills at work. How did I get to accident? Would you see? All I wanted was you to
That's kind of nice.
take me out. I was feeling lonely, feeling low, feeling like I needed you. I hoped you'd call and hoped you'd see me.
That's a wonderful slice of sunshine to listen to. It feels so like upbeat and sunny and happy. And I really like the way that, compared to what I've heard from Felt Mountain, kind of compared to here, we're definitely moving into something more of a folktronica kind of direction, which can I say that the band handles it incredibly well. So I like how, of course, you have the acoustic guitar, you have the beautiful vocals from Goldfrapp herself, and like, okay, you got that as the basis, the foundation, and it sounds wonderful. Her light voice just effortlessly flows over everything, and I love the light and the lightness that she brings to it all. It has this beautiful melodic delicateness. Like at any moment, her voice could just crack, but it doesn't. She holds it strongly at this particular line that has both power and restraints at the same time. Just really nice. Like it just sounds like a dancer dancing upon the stage as if there's no weight to them, just completely weightless. And it sounds really nice the way that she does that. There's a little bit of an inflection in her voice, which reminds me a little bit of Joni Mitchell with that kind of poetic, rambling kind of style in her delivery. There's parts in there, not like the whole thing, but just parts of there that I couldn't help but have Miss Mitchell in the back of my mind as she was going, but very much to herself. Cool, like it. And then as the kind of more in the second verse, more so forward in the back of the first as well, you have these little tinglings. You have these little worming ins of little electronic elements. You hear a little, almost sounds like a sequencer back there, but I think it's just the keyboards playing back and forth or so. And then like little by little, they kind of come up. And I really like how organically they feel and fit into the music. It's not like it's forcing synths and sequencers and, drum programming and whatever. It's not like it's forcing that into the mix just to say we're doing it, just to, put on an air of something new. No, it actually feels very comfortable and organic the way that they settle down into this. And I would say that, this is their fourth album. They're very much experienced in doing that. Like, let me pull it back up here really quick. Right? Okay. Just so, like, a little bit of maybe ARP or something back there, dancing. And I just like how it feels. It's so subtle in its approach there. And then have that gentle pulse of electronics. Now that kind of bass riding into a little bit. Now, of course, by the time we get fully into the rest of the song, it's there, right? But you, like in the little snippets that I've clicked on, you can see and hear how it's grown and organically kind of sprung up into those moments. And then, of course, all of that is building up into the finale. Here, where's the, like, building up into this big, and I really like the way that it feels, especially here. And her voice is so perfect. Like I said, it has that delicateness, but it has the power and restraint. Like in that moment was a perfect example of da 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 da, like that da da. It kind of reminds me of is it? I don't want to say her name if I say it incorrectly, so I'm gonna Google it real. All right, I was right. Hikaru Utada, who's a Japanese singer. It kind of reminds me a little bit of her direction and the way that she sings as well. Just sounds really good. It sounds perfect within this track. And can I tell you, it even really nicely fits with the album cover as well, which you guys saw popped up here. Like it all just works in a really nice package. Let me go ahead and pull up hold on. My thing's doing a little glitch. There we go, I think. Here we go. Okay. It's working. All right, sorry about that. It's a bright blue Saturday, and the pain has started to slip away. I'm in a backless dress on a pastel ward that's shining. Think I want you still, but it may be the pills at work. I think that this is what I feel, but it could just be the pills. Do you really want to know how I was dancing on the floor? I was trying to phone you when I'm crawling out the door. I'm amazed at you, the things you say that you don't do. Why don't you ring? Why don't you call me back? Why don't you reply? I was feeling lonely, feeling blue, feeling like I needed you. And I have woken up surrounded by me, A and E. We're going to click to see what this represents, what this means. In British hospitals, A&E stands for Accident and Emergency, the equivalent of the American AR. Perfect. Okay, so that explains quite a bit. Feeling lonely, feeling blue, just looking out for you, reaching out to you. And I woke up, and I have been surrounded by A&E. Okay, so the verse is still the same here. I don't think anything changed from the first to the second. or to the third, I should say. No, it's the same words here. How did I get to accident and emergency? All I wanted was you to take me out. And then repeats the chorus there. So there's a few different ways to read this. I mean, you could read it literally. You could just read this as a straight literal story. She went out, perhaps got a little too much into the party, decided to phone this other person. They weren't there to help them. I would imagine that's how it'd be, to help them. But they didn't answer, and now they ended up in the hospital somehow. Like, this rings of, to me, I read it as kind of like a sad story, like a really sad story. Or it could be deeper than that. It could go further than that, depending on which way you want to read that. I'm in a backless dress on a pastel ward that's shining, right? Like, yeah, like almost out of place. She's in a backless dress because she was at the club partying or somewhere, and now she's at the ward of A&E, and like, in a hospital, basically. Really interesting. You could really read this in quite a few ways. Was she reaching out to this person romantically? Was she reaching out to this person just to help them, to save them, or to, like, pick them up, like, basically, or just somehow be there for that person or for them? It's like how, like, for example, I'll bring this into real life. My niece, now 16, 17, I don't know exactly, actually, but I'm very, very close to her. Even though you're going to laugh at me for not knowing exactly her age. I'm very close to her, and I've always said, as she gets older, I always said, I don't care where you're at, who you're with, what's happening, anything. If you ever need a ride home from somewhere or something happening, I'm not going to ask questions. Like, I'll just let me know. And, I've always made that very clear with her. So I feel like that's kind of, in a sense, what this song is kind of getting to an extent. Let's read a little bit. It was released as the album's lead single in 2008. I could definitely see that. It's composed as a collaborative effort between Alison Goldfrapp and Will Gregory in 2007. Its lyrics were inspired by her visit to the emergency department of a hospital on a Saturday afternoon. The doctors pumped her up with loads of painkillers as she described the situation as a bit surreal. And let's see. Matthew Perpetua interpreted the song's storyline as a showcase for both her lyrical and vocal strengths from the perspective of an incredibly lonely woman driven to a suicide attempt while waiting around for a phone call from a man she's not even sure she likes. Could absolutely be that as well. Goldfrapp commented, it's so autobiographical, it's not fantastical at all. It's kind of about what happened. I was in A&E in a hospital gown having a bit of a meltdown, so it does feel slightly odd now when I sing it. And it goes on from there. Some chart information for you. Hit number 1 on the US Dance Singles sales. That's awesome. US Dance Club Songs 22 UK Singles number 10. And year-end UK Singles at 157. That's some really good good chart information and good accolades. And of course, you have all the Flood. Where is Flood from again? Okay. New Order, because I for some reason I couldn't remember where we've heard him from, but yeah, lots of names I see. Depeche Mode, 30 Seconds to Mars, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Sigur Rós. Okay, yeah, I just couldn't remember where we had heard that from Flood there. Let's take a brief look. Not gonna look. But we'll take a brief look at not the YouTube video. I guess it is. At the music video for the track A and E, just due to copyright, but we'll glance at it here. Let me full screen this. Just get a little bit of a visual ambience for it. Nice autumn. I was trying to phone you when I'm crawling out that door. Can I tell you? I would. You ever seen that video of the dad that's blowing a stack of leaves or some leaves away, and well, there's a Okay, sorry. I like the leaves falling and dancing around her, and they just kind of disappeared, huh? Can you imagine walking in the woods and and now a little life coming to them? I've mentioned it a long time ago. One of my core memories of my childhood, there was this, I guess, a movie on the TV, and I've found the movie again at some point. I can't remember what it was now, but I saw a scene of it, and all I remember were there were these killer trees that looked exactly like these gentlemen or whoever's in these ghillie suits here, and one of them like grabbed a soldier's arm or someone's arm and like pulled it off or whatever. It was like a very old, I can't even remember if it was black and white or not, but some sort of old sci-fi movie. And that's literally like the only scene I remember from it because I never saw it. I passed by seeing it. It's just a random core memory. Every once in a while, I'm able to find that movie and that scene. I love how they rolled back there. We all fall down. That's cool. That's a great use of those suits as well, and just the ambience. That's a lot of leaves in that forest there. Really, really cool track. Let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments. Of course, I appreciate you all being here. Michael, thank you so much for sending in the request as well. I appreciate that. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.